All right, welcome everybody. This is Brother Eric with the Justice Coalition helping out with today's class. We're gonna get started. Just got to share the screen with you. Go. All right, gonna jump to the agenda. And March 20, 2022. Always, we want to thank Brother Cody for letting us use his Zoom account. And well, there's a phrase we use called revolutionary unionism, and it is a phrase inspired by the industrial workers of the world. And it's to take power from our employer and the politicians through direct action at work and democratically control our unions. By doing so, we can dismantle the service and transactional model of business unionism, which has neutralized our power for over 50 years. In the agenda, which is available at chicagotransitworker.com. So you just go there, scroll down, go to CTJC meetings, and then you scroll down there and find today's date, March 30th. When you click that, it'll open up in Google Docs. It's a free app. And right here, you can have all the links. We got a website. We now have a Google Calendar set up. So subscribe to that Google Calendar. You will get automatic reminders about Local 308, Local 241 membership meetings, and Justice Coalition meetings. So that's real handy. So subscribe to that calendar. Get yourself a Google account if you don't have it. It'll do like what, push notifications to the phone. In fact, let me just click on it real quick and show you. And there it is, and there's today's meeting. All right, and then you want to know about the other meetings, so we'll go here. We'll go to April. Now, April 5th, we got the Local 241 meeting, and in the calendar event for the Local 241 meeting, we have links to the ATU Constitution, information about your rights, the phone number for the union office. We have the bylaws for 241, the Constitution, and we have how to be effective at union meetings when the officers think they own the union. There's a link for that right there. When you subscribe, you're gonna get a calendar, you're gonna get a reminder 1 day before and 30 minutes before the event. So it'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Well, now you remember. You could try to go if you can. Local 308, same thing. Right here, everything, the number to the office, the bylaws. It's just totally easy. We make it easy for you to take charge of your union. And of course, all the Justice Coalition events. We got a YouTube channel, all our videos, these meetings that you see, these classes, everything is right there. We got a Twitter page. We got a public Facebook page. There's this new site that we link to about organizing. It's an excellent site. We're gonna leave it there because it's updated, and there's all kinds of information about organizing all over the world, people just like us. Close these up. All right. Let's do some introductions. We got a couple people on the call right now. So, I'm Brother Eric. I'm a Justice Coalition organizer, one of the co-founders of the coalition, and we got the rest of them on the call here. I'm a Local 308 rail car repairman out of Howard shop for now. How about you, Nicole?
Hi, I'm Nicole Williams. I'm a bus operator out of 103rd Street Garage, and I'm a co-organizer for the Justice Coalition.
Yes. And we got Andre.
Hey, good afternoon, Brother Andre Thompson. I'm a bus operator out of 103rd along with my sister, Nicole. And we just try to do what we do to keep the members engaged.
Yes, that's the original boogeyman there, y'all. Andre Thompson. Who's iPhone? I think I know who this is.
Yes, it's me, Kathy, retired 308, a switchman.
Wonderful. Out of Howard too.
Right.
Yeah, great. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. So let's jump right into our history lesson. The year was 1919. It was the year of the Elaine Massacre. The massacre took place in Arkansas, where more than 100 Black farmers and sharecroppers were gunned down for daring to organize their labor. The year before, a Black farmer named, I'm sorry, y'all. A year before, a Black farmer named Robert L. Hill founded the Progressive Farmers and Household Union of America. Union members pooled their money to purchase land. They also hired a lawyer to sue planters who did not give back Black tenant cotton farmers their fair share of the profits. The group grew in membership in the Arkansas Delta region, including near the town of Elaine in Phillips County. But white land owners would not allow this challenge to their power. Armed white militias came to a church where the union was holding a meeting. The Black attendees were also armed. Gunfire broke out. In response, white posses and federal troops unleashed a wave of terror across Phillips County. Hundreds of Black residents were arrested. At least 100 Black Arkansans were killed. Some estimates of those murdered is considerably higher. It's a typo there. 5 white people also died. 122 Black men and women were charged with murder. 12 were given the death sentence. No white vigilante was ever charged. The convicted African Americans appealed their cases. One appeal of 6 for 6 of the defendants went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, where it was overturned in a landmark ruling. The year of 1919 was one of the deadliest years of violence against African Americans in U.S. history. Civil rights activist James Weldon Johnson called those bloody months in the Red Summer. It's a book. I think be an interesting book to read. 26 race riots left thousands of African Americans homeless and hundreds dead from Chicago to Washington, D.C. to Omaha. Okay, let's talk. Anyone? I got Sister Willette on the call. Sister Willette, what did you think of that? Let's see. We got Sister Janice. Okay. Go ahead, Nicole. What do you think about the little history here?
Well, I think that the history is pretty good. The only problem I had with that name Hill was a powerful name starting off here. And here we are in the 20th century and we got a Hill who still trying to run a slave mentality, but does anything. That was one of the key things I noticed in the beginning. But sorry, I always have to go there. But yeah, I like that. And it's funny that we're speaking of a lesson from Arkansas and history, and not to go off of, just to stay a little bit afloat of this thing. My family, my maiden name is Dorch, and I recently found out that we had it was a plantation in Arkansas named the Dorch Plantation, and so I'm gonna have to go down there and visit. So it's kind of interesting to me about this revolution. And yeah, it's like we always have to fight and keep fighting, and that's just what I get from. We just gotta always fight.
Yeah, isn't that something? So yeah, do some research about this. Phillips County.
Yeah.
So did you say you did have ancestry there in Phillips County?
Yes, that's where my family is from. So
oh God,
that's
okay.
why it was that's why I said that's why I was not to go off subject from the lesson, but that's where my family's from, and they actually had a plantation somewhere there. So in the near future, I plan to get down there and visit it. So that's why I said it kind of, that's why it was important.
Okay, just remember the Elaine Massacre or Phillips County yeah, definitely. When you go down and if you find anything out, you got to share it with us.
Right? Yeah, that's why I was like, wow.
Oh man. So we got. How about anybody else had any comments about this this thing in history about 100 years ago?
I could.
Go ahead, Kathy. Go ahead.
Well, I like the part about the black farmers being armed against the white races. And earlier this week, I listened to a forum put on by Progressive Labor Party about Harriet Tubman. And I was just so inspired. And I'll just briefly, the guy who was leading the discussion said that the characteristics about Harriet Tubman, and I bet you those black farmers who fought back, and probably everybody who fights back, is that Harriet Tubman was selfless. She was bold. She was patient. She respected people and built strong personal ties. She was passionate and genuine. And let me see, there might have been something else, but anyway, it just really and she understood the need for violence to smash racism, and there's really no two ways about that, I don't think. But anyway, I just felt so inspired by that. And when you look around and see some of the characteristics that the people who are organizing in the Justice Committee, it's a lot of the same stuff: selflessness, patience, genuine and passionate, and some of that other stuff too.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing, I know the time in which she was in was different, but there's no evidence of her. I mean, I love Frederick Douglass. I mean, I'm not putting him down at all when I'm comparing the two. Okay. And they were born in slavery, but their times are a little different, but in their locations. But, you know, Frederick Douglass, he got into politics, right? You know, running for office and stuff, you know, but, you know, Harriet Tubman, she wasn't doing that. She wasn't, you know, it's not about running for office, being popular, right?
Exactly.
It's just about doing the right thing, you know, and sacrificing like that.
And fighting. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to post a photo of the advertisement here, but I don't think I can.
Yeah, the chat is limited. It's very limited. But go post it in the Justice Coalition group, you know, for the discussion for the meeting. We have a discussion page for the event of today's meeting. If you want, it's up to you.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
So we got Andre's hand down. You know what? I think I'm gonna adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
You're out of order, Eric. You're out of order. This meeting belongs to the members, and the members are going to bring you up on charges if you continue conducting these meetings like this.
I'm calling the police right now. Go ahead.
You're going to have to go meet up with Keith and Eric Dixon.
I'm calling the cops. Yo, come on, Andre, talk to us. What do you think?
I'm just thinking as everybody was talking, and it's just always to me like it's an ongoing, nonstop pushback against people who stand up. I mean, every time, since I've been doing this, it's like you thinking you trying to help people, and the people you're trying to help, they make efforts to push back to satisfy the people that's oppressing them. You know, you got managers since I've been out here pushing back on something they ain't got no business doing. You got union officials who's supposed to serve, who ain't got no intentions doing it. They get jealous or mad because you doing something that they should be doing. And you know, we got this miseducation of union members that's just off the chain by people just totally greedy. Keith Hill, Eric Dixon. And you got union officials alongside them that go along with all this stuff because they're looking for a payday or a day off. Or it's really weird to me to get out here and do what we do and do what I do. And people just go against you. Even people that were supposed to be on your side, they got their own ambitions and they just forget that we really here to help. We're not trying to do anything but help people. We're trying to inform people because these people are being lied to and misled.
Yep. And we're looking at, you know, what happened to our ancestors here in Arkansas. They died. You know, they put their lives on the line, you know. How about Janice? Janice, can you Sharon, can you introduce yourself? I know you may not have anything, you might not have anything to say about this particular passage, but could you at least introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm CSA Janice Brown on the blue line. I'm sorry, Eric, I just chimed in, so I didn't get the first part of it. So I
Okay.
do apologize.
It's all right.
All right.
We got the information on the agenda, and then it's being recorded, so no big
Okay.
deal. And then we got Willette. I think Willette's on the phone. She's having, you there, Willette? Okay, she's patched through my phone, so we really can't hear you, Willette. I'm sorry you're having trouble connecting. Okay, so Willette, was there something you wanted to say? I put my phone up to the speaker. Hopefully they can hear you.
No, it's just that I really, really enjoy Black history. And it's good to have that be a part of what we're doing. It will enhance all the things that we try to do. Knowledge is power.
Thank you. So in the notification, there is a phone number you can dial so that you can hear this better. You won't have to do it through my phone. Can you might want to try that later if you can, okay? Okay. All right. Looks like but it's up to you. I'll leave you on speaker. You can hang up if you want, whatever you want to do. Okay. Oh man, my computer's freezing up. Hang on, y'all. Okay, Nicole, you had your hand up?
Oh yeah, I want to piggyback on what Andre said. Andre, I don't want you to get deterred by the pushback. I think it's gonna always come. That's just how that's just the ignorance of people. And when I say ignorant, I'm not targeting people as calling them out their name, but ignorant also means knowledgeable. They're not knowledgeable, and until you keep pressing, it's like raising a kid. You just got to keep pounding and pounding and pounding in their head that this is this is what is right. This is what it is, because we provide black and white. We don't just talk about things. We provide valuable information in black and white. So, my motto is, they didn't like Jesus, but he's still standing strong. So that I just thought I'd share that.
All right. So there's someone calling in here, and I apologize. I am juggling everything here, and I'm not sure what is going on here. I apologize. Give me a second. Go ahead, Andre.
Well, I just want to say, I like to appreciate the way Nicole laid things out. I'll be looking at the way she talked to people who's being disgruntled about things. And by the time she finished with them, they kind of rolling along with the things she's saying. So she got a really nice way of dealing with people. She got a really nice way of putting information out. I think she's an amazing individual, just like the way she just said what she said. And I just want to let her know I appreciate her and her way she do things.
Thank you. We got someone who came in with a TCL 20XE. Could you please identify yourself? Unmute and let us know who you are. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put you in the waiting room. If you could send a chat or something and let us know who you are, that'd be great.
Eric, what's the number? What's the phone number?
I don't know. It just says TCL 20XE.
Oh, because I invited a friend today.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was her, so I mean if it was a number.
I'll leave him in because we're just going along with the public agenda now. So we'll jump to the next segment. Maybe that's your friend.
I hope so.
Yeah. Tell him to speak up.
Yeah, I'm gonna text while we have the phone.
Yeah.
Say if it's just speak up.
Okay. All right. So here we go with the next part. So we're talking about organizing all the time. So it's good to learn about it. There's a book called Secrets of a Successful Organizer. And we'll just carry on where we left off a couple months ago. Red Shirt Fridays. As the Chicago teachers built up their 2012 strike, one tactic they used to get people warmed up for bigger action and to keep track of their growing support was asking members to wear red every Friday. The genius of wear red is its simplicity. It's something concrete and low risk that low risk that a steward can ask anyone to do, even someone who has no extra time. At first, many members would just wear a red scarf or a red patterned blouse on Fridays. But the visibility helped to calm fears. Co-workers who were on the fence could see for themselves the growing level of union support as red spread throughout their school. The weekly action also gave the stewards a reason to talk regularly with their co-workers. Any excuse for a conversation is another organizing opportunity. Charlotte Sanders was a steward working to organize her fellow paraprofessionals scattered across many different schools. On Thursday, I would send a text and say, "Tomorrow is Spirit Day," she said. I made personal phone calls, which was good because I could touch base about how their week went. As excitement and confidence grew, more and more people ordered red union t-shirts. The union started selling them at its monthly delegate meeting. People would come in with orders for their whole school, recalled Debbie Pope, a grievance rep. Administrators noticed, students noticed, members loved it. Many sent in group photos from their schools, all in red, for the union website. At the height of the campaign, 9 out of 10 schools had members wearing red on Friday in big numbers. When the strike came, Sanders told her coworkers, "This is going to be your red badge of courage." Red t-shirts became the strike uniform, and community members recognized what they stood for. And there's a little picture in here about how to jumpstart your union. And that's a book about how the coalition of rank and file educators reformed the Chicago Teachers Union. And you can learn more about that history in that book. It's a really good book. I do have it. I highly recommend it. Anyone wanted to comment about what I just read? Any criticisms, any praises or things, inspiration? Just unmute yourself. Okay. All right. So, having everyone wear the same color t-shirt, no, that's not gonna, get people to strike. But, part of organizing is to find ways where everybody can, participate and feel like they're part of a movement while also being a part of it. Because one thing they like to do at 308 and 241 is the leadership likes to give t-shirts to those who show up at their fake rallies. And I say fake because their rallies really aren't about fighting back. They're just about, getting everyone there together, and it looks good for them as officers. So wearing these t-shirts is kind of like a symbolic thing, but there should be substance behind the symbolism, right? Okay, we got so TCL 20. Did you can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Okay, Brother Robert, if you're able, would you be able to unmute and introduce yourself?
Talking about me, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay, I just got on, so I wasn't sure if it was another Robert. Well, I'm Robert Thomas. I'm an operator at 103rd Street Garage with Andra and Nicole, and I've been at CTA since 2016.
Great. It's good to have you with us, brother. You do a lot of work here at the Justice Coalition. All right. Okay, next item on the agenda. We're on a roll. Good. I just want to make sure I didn't skip anything. All right. we got a protest coming up, y'all. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah. So I'm gonna go right to the link. Now this is a protest organized by one of our co-workers who's a bus operator, and she's just seeing a bunch of disgusting working conditions and wanted to speak up about it. So here it is on screen. Have a link for you in the agenda. Now, to help promote it, we try to link everything we've been doing. So Brother Robert, I got to give you, if you don't mind, some credit. You had this great poster. You helped design this great poster about Transit Worker Appreciation Day. So if we're going to be appreciated, we got to also tell each other that we appreciate each other by standing up and fighting for each other. And that's why that protest on April 2 is so important. And here you go, Transit Worker Appreciation Day, right? Look at that. So, you know, we're told by our company president, you know, hey, passengers, please respect these people. But does he respect us? And many of us believe no. There you go. Look at that. Any comments about this poster? Anybody? Any thoughts? Even if it's if it's a critique or criticism.
Oh, I have something about the poster. Rob, you are doing a phenomenal job. I thought this was your best one yet. I really did. I appreciate all the work you put into these. Man, I really like this one. That's what I'll say.
Yeah,
You
me
know.
too. The poster is great. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Eric.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Okay. Yeah, the poster is great. Very professional looking.
Yeah, this is nice. And it's a nice poster. It's on Twitter and Facebook. Who knows where else it is now? It might be on his desk. Ooh, it's scary. Well, anyways, so Brother Andre came up with a really cool list of rules of engagement. Yeah, they're not really rules, but you know, more like suggestions. Because everyone watching this, you got to help promote these kinds of things, because this is not my protest. This is not Andre's protest or Robert or Kathy or Janice's. This is actually all of our protests, but it is being, if it wasn't for one of our coworkers named Tina, it wouldn't be happening. I just tell you straight up, because she's the one that said, hey, can we do this? And if you watch our last month's meeting, I think it was, or the month before, you'll see us formulate all of this in our meeting. And this is how things should be. So let's, oh my God, too much noise. Oh, okay, Andre, go ahead.
I was trying to get back into the meeting.
Okay.
Somehow I got lost in the shuffle and tried to figure out how to get back in, but I'm back.
Okay.
And I just want to say, yeah, the poster was a great poster. I think it says it says everything that needed to be said. We're not being appreciated by the CTA president, the way they just selling us, the way they doing us. We're not being appreciated by the union officials that we pay their salary. We voted them in office, or the membership voted them in office. I ain't vote for none of them. But and they don't appreciate us. They don't even want to serve us. So I just wanted to just let Robert know, hey, great job you're doing. Appreciate everything you do. And if I see you today, I see you today. If I don't, I see you during the week. All right, Robert?
All right, cool, Andre.
All right, Andre.
We got you. All right. So here's some quick tips. I'm just going to summarize them again. Go to the event or go to the agenda to get them, but you don't want to force your opinion on members. And really don't engage with the union officials. They're very negative towards rank and file initiatives. Anything that's not official union stuff from the official union office and the official officers of the official union, a bunch of they don't even know the law, you know. You have a right to do this kind of thing. For any activity on the property, if the manager asks you to leave, just leave. Just be like, okay, I'm sorry, what's your name? Just get their name. If they don't want to tell you their name, just ask later, ask someone, hey, who was that manager? What was their name? And then we could just file charges on them. Just make sure that when you're talking with coworkers, you're passing out flyers, that you're in the areas that are protected by labor law. And that is your break rooms, your locker rooms, the parking lots, and shared public-private areas. I think I said break rooms, yeah. Also, if you do this, make sure you're off the clock. Now, you can talk to people at any time. Talking is not really an issue. If you're handing people stuff, that's where you can be tagged real quick. So if you hand something to a bus operator or a train operator while they're in the master controller, you give someone to something at work while they're in the pit inspecting a bus or train, no, don't do that. Do it only in the break rooms. And then make sure you stay positive when you're talking with them. Some of them might get angry with you. Just keep it positive and be like, all right, cool. And then just move on. Go ahead, brother Andre.
Okay. As you were speaking on that subject, I just want to speak on what happened yesterday with me and Eric when we was out at 74th. Perfect example of how things go with some members. One member was like, what are y'all doing? We told him we having a protest, and he's like, oh, it's just authorized by the union. And I was like, no, and then Eric came over and said, no, this is a member-led effort. And he wasn't disrespectful, but he was very negative about the whole thing, because in his mind, he felt that we need permission to do anything. We need permission from union elected people to do what we're doing. I try to get them to understand we can do this without their permission. They're actually supposed to be with us. The union officials are supposed to get feedback from the members to protest or rally or to strike or any type of activity. But they had brainwashed a lot of members to make them think that they're the controlling factor in everything that happens in the union with the members. And that is just not true. We need to put these kind of things to bed with members. And he gave us the flyer back. And then, we didn't bother him anymore. And that's the way we have to do things sometimes, because we're going to have members just off.
So Andre, you actually shared with me an experience you had a couple days ago where someone actually hit a flyer out of your hand onto the floor.
Oh, I'm not gonna say the person's name.
No, don't say the name. Don't say the name.
But I was at my home garage, and the person was like, he felt like what I was doing was dividing the union. So as I had the flyer in my hand, he came over and slapped it out of my hand. And I let it, and he slapped it on the floor. And I just didn't think too much of it. And so I got another flyer. And his whole thing was, I was dividing the union and what you're doing is wrong. He was very upset about it. And I try to get him to understand, that's not what's happening here. I said, we members, we can do this. Oh, you're dividing the union. And he just went on and continued to go off. And I went over and talked to some ladies. He came over there and was going off. I'm going to make sure I stop you and things of that nature. So that was a strange event for me to have that happen with somebody that got time.
Yeah.
But they involved with hobnogging with the officials, but they're not involved with the union and going to union meetings and dealing with issues. They just involved with, that's my boy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
It's a club. It's a little cult club, a personality club. And that's the thing is, see, I'm just gonna mute you, Andre, because you're getting some feedback. If you could mute that, thanks. Is everybody, please understand, it is your duty to organize your coworkers when you're in a union. It's not someone else's job to do it. It's your job. So the presidents and the officers and all, they're supposed to help you do it. They're not your boss. You got to look in your constitution. You got to look in your laws. Let's see if that shows up here. You got to look in the labor laws. This is not someone else's job. It's your job. So when you see me, Andre, or Kathy, anybody, Robert, Janice, Willette, anybody, we're just doing our job. When we're holding leadership accountable or questioning them and calling them out for their crap, it's like you got union presidents that, oh, you're in the Justice Coalition. I ain't giving you no favors. I ain't gonna do what you want. And they'd be all mad. And it's like, nah, man, that's not what it's about. It's about us, not you. Go ahead, Kathy.
Yeah, well, the first thing I was going to say related to passing out literature at work, but the second thing is more interesting based on what Andre said and what you just said. But the first thing was I used to pass out flyers on the job. But what I did was, and this was in the age of the cameras, I just folded them up really small into as small of a square as I could get, put in my hand and reached out to the other person, like to shake hands. And then that's how I would give it to them. So I don't think that camera would pick that up. But as far as you're dividing the union, that kind of stuff would make me really mad. And I did have a hard time keeping a cool head. But the union already is divided.
Yep.
People come to the meetings. People don't vote for the contracts. People don't read the contracts. So the union is divided already. And at the same time, now this just popped into my head. At the same time, there's a certain amount of unity as well. Unity around those bad ideas that the sellouts are putting forward. People keep voting to accept those damn contracts. So they got some unity, but it's around helping the company.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? I say? Yeah, I'm dividing these sellout, corrupt business unionism from direct democracy, from revolutionary unionism. That's what we need, because people are confused. They think this is a union. When I came here, I was so happy to be in a labor union. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This isn't a union. This is like another level of company management. And we're all pitted against each other. I've been in part of these types of things. So I know what it's like to be pitted against and be pit against and pit and be pitted and pitted. You know, it's terrible. This ain't no union. So we need some division. We got to get these corrupt, we got to divide ourselves from these corrupt sellout ideas. Go ahead, Andre.
Well, I want to say this. What's happening in the union, it's just not a bunch of bad apples in the union. It's a well-organized machine. These guys are organized. And when I say organized, it give you the example of how it can go down with
It's
them.
a whole
They
bag
do
of
their thing.
it's a whole bag of rotten apples. Throw the whole bag away.
Okay, but check this out. Let me explain this to the people. So, because it's gonna get out and recorded, we want them to understand. You know, when they get ready to do their corrupt things, they get together. You know, they get together. It's like they did with this contract. They got together and they tell lies together. It's like and they got these scripts down packed for the members to misdirect them. Just like with Keith Hill's Facebook Live page. This is a well-organized effort to keep the members in the funk, keep them disoriented against what's going on. So we up against some well-organized people, and they're very well paid from our money. So we got to deal with the financial issue of misorganization, of well-organized and corruption. We got to deal with the well-organized of people coming together to go against members and go against anybody standing up. So this ain't no joke, man. This is some serious stuff we're up against.
All right. Yeah. And Kathy says in the chat, yes, it's a well-oiled machine. A well-oiled machine. They know how to base build, and they do. They do. And we're doing it too. That's why they're scared. Okay, TCL 20, did you want to introduce yourself? I know you're there. I see a little icon. No? Okay. All right. Well, if anyone wants to say something or discuss things that they don't want recorded, just let me know.
We should let TCL 20 stay. Because I think I know who that may be. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, they haven't text, so keep them in the waiting room unless I get a text. If you text me and I know that's who you are.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay, organizing reports. I have a link for that. So Kathy's been out, Andre's been out, I've been out. we need you to be out too, okay? So those of you who are watching, make a video report today, tomorrow, whenever you want, and put it on the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition Facebook group. And put on the report, when you do your video report, just talk for like a minute or two about why it's important to come to the protest on April 2nd, all right? And then we're gonna take your video, we're gonna put it in with a promotion for the protest, all right? I need some volunteers who are gonna take some flyers from me, because I got paper and ink and stuff, and I need to use it. People have been donating, right? So who wants some flyers? Who wants 100?
I'll take some, Eric. I'm back at work now.
Okay. You take 100. Anybody else? Andre, you want 100, right? Or you already got him?
I already got some. I'm gonna make some. I'll make some on my own.
Okay, so can you give them, how do I get the flyers to you, Nicole?
You tell me when you got them, I can pick them up. I work around you.
Okay, so we'll do that then. Okay. Janice or Willette, is there a way I could get some flyers to you? I hear you, Willette.
Okay. I would like some as well.
Okay, so what's a way to get these to you?
Well, I'm on Blue. Where are you?
I'm on AMs on the south side.
And I'm over 9.
Yeah.
I'm over 9.
Okay.
You on the south side now?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were north.
No, I've been living on the south side since I started.
Can I jump in? You could mail some.
Where are you on the south side?
Can I met? Okay, how about Willette? How about you text me, and then you text me how many you want, and then we'll figure out a way to get them to you. I could drop them in the mail, anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that okay? We can meet up, whatever you want. Okay. Just send me a message or something. Okay, cool. Kathy, go ahead.
Oh, no, nothing.
Okay. Robert, I know you making all kind of copies and stuff, so you're doing posters and everything. I think you're doing, you got enough papers stuff in your car. Okay, so we got some.
I got about 75. I got about 75 flyers.
Okay, yeah, you're set. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna light up the parking lot, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
Go
Andre.
ahead, Andre, you had your hand up, and then Kathy.
Yeah, I got my hand up. I forgot what I was going to say. But run and get some from me whenever, if you run out. I should have plenty by Tuesday. No, that's what I was about to say. Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Everybody on the line, if you can, it's really good to wear either some of your uniform or all your uniform, something to let you know that you CTA worker, because what's going to happen is when we out rallying, people don't identify with you unless you have something, your uniform on or your sweater or something, because this is going to be about the members at the company issue. And that's why we have these uniforms, so they identify as the CTA workers. So when we out doing what we do, it'd be good if you don't want to wear your uniform, wear a hat or something if you can. So, because people gonna look and say, "Oh, this is the workers' issue, the workers' issue." But if you got on all clothes, they might not really take a heed to that. They just think you just somebody out there. Because we're gonna be in a location that's not densely populated with people running around, but cars is gonna be going back and forth. But it's really gonna be about the framing of the issue in the interviews that we do, more so than anything. And so when we retreat this back out to the public in our videos, the people gonna view, they're gonna see the workers out here, CTA workers out here, man. This is what's going on. It's gonna connect with the other workers that watch the videos.
And yeah, they can't, as long as you don't show up in no liquor stores and stuff with your uniform on, you're not violating the rules. And if you're shy about it, just put a piece of duct tape over the CTA word letters, but wear your uniform, wear a uniform, that's really important. Go ahead, Kathy and Nicole.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say, Andre, are we still gonna go to 74th this week?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't want to say it on the line. I'll
Okay.
text it to you,
Okay, cool.
and then you can say okay
Yeah.
that day. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to say where we're gonna go.
Right.
We just wanted to
Get a
report.
heads up on them.
Yeah.
They be out there waiting with,
Yeah, they're gonna.
with trouble.
Yeah.
Trying to discourage us.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna have cops all over the place, because we're so bad and evil. Nicole, go ahead.
Oh, Eric, I have something to say, but could you stop the recording?
Okay, hang on. Okay, so let's try TCL 20 and TCL 20. Would you please identify yourself? All right. Okay, you're a little shy. It's all right. Okay. So we got the Labor Notes Conference coming up June 17th through the 19th. Tom and I are willing to donate registration to any part-time employees that want to go. The Labor Notes Conference is so inspiring. You're going to meet all kinds of revolutionaries, workers. You're going to meet sellouts too. There are going to be some sellouts there. But really, you're going to meet some real union people, some real organizers, some real fighters. Like I met some of the longshoremen, and they were talking about how they set up boats with noisemakers across the harbor, when their contract expired, and all kind of stuff. People, I met some strikers from or organizers from France, and they organize what they call intermittent strikes, where every Wednesday a different craft or a different company of workers struck. They did rolling strike. I learned about all kinds of stuff, learned about unfair labor practice. Really, you should go. So if you a part-timer, me and Tom are willing to foot the bill for you. If you're not a part-timer, you struggling, well, it's worth it to put it on the credit card. Okay. Okay, there's Nicole. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, when is the early registration over? I need to go ahead and register. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna do everything I need to do when I get off the phone, because I know it's an early registration, and Tom was thinking about maybe we all should register as a group. I don't know if you get a discount that way. He was saying something.
No.
I know he's not.
Tom looked into that recently, and we're not gonna get a group thing. Yeah. So just
Well, yeah, either way, I'm in,
Yeah.
and willing to help if anybody else, whether it's part-time or full-time need, a sponsorship. I'm willing to help. I was gonna sponsor some other people for something else. They didn't take advantage of it. So
right.
whether you part-time or full-time and you need help, just reach out to me. Everybody don't have to know. I'll
Yep.
sponsor somebody.
Yeah, thank
okay?
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna add Sister Nicole.
Eric, I know you can't see my hand.
Oh, I'm
This is
sorry.
Willette.
I'm sorry. Just go ahead. Speak, please. Go ahead.
Okay, I would be interested in going.
Okay. So
Okay,
so I'll take care of you then. How's that?
that's great. Sounds great to me.
Okay. So let me write that down. Okay.
Where's
so
that going to be, Eric?
Say that again.
Where is it going to be?
It's at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare. So off the Rosemont stop. You know that big hotel.
Yes, I know exactly where it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Great. I could still get an early registration for you. So I'm gonna jump on that. Cool. I'll be in touch with you then. I'll be calling you today, this evening. Okay.
We need to, we have to get in contact anyway so I can get the flyers.
Yep. Cool. All right. Let's go to the workers' contract. So we always talk about the crap contract we have. So we should make our own, and that's what we're doing. We're building it up. So check it out, spread the word, participate in it. make a better contract. We complain about stuff, but we also got to have the alternative. We got local 241 membership meeting on April 5th. We got a local 308 membership meeting on April 12th. Please attend the meeting. The last 308 meeting was adjourned with, or not really adjourned. It didn't have a quorum, didn't have enough people show up. And so they were very happy as usual to cancel the meeting. And I was not there, so they can't blame me for that. But let's see, we have a candidate forum. Okay, let's talk about this. So all of us here who participate in the Justice Coalition, we gotta also be ready if our coworkers call us to duty. Okay, so if they want us if they want to nominate us, any of us for anything, we gotta step up. Okay, or at least seriously think about what will happen if we don't. Okay, because the idea is to get a whole slate of new people from the bottom up. Okay, so we need delegates, we need officers, we need stewards that have to be reformers that love direct democracy, union democracy. The solution to our problems is not in elections, but when there's enough of us ready to, we're gonna have to replace who's there though, eventually, okay? So it's best to have a slate. Local 241's elections are right around the corner. I can't emphasize that enough. All right, so here's what we got for results. And I'm encouraging everyone on this call, everyone who's in the Justice Coalition, fill it out. Even if you're not sure, what you do is you're saying, look, if you want to nominate me, I'm open to it, okay? So what we do is we have questions, and all you're gonna do is answer these questions, all right? And then what we're gonna do, if you accept nomination at your local, then we're gonna hold you accountable. The Justice Coalition is gonna watch and make sure that everything you checked off here, that's what you're gonna have to do. And if you back off on any of this stuff, we find you not apologizing to members when you let them down, right? We have you promoting union management cooperation, and you've checked that you pledge to reject that. Because we don't, a lot of us don't believe, I definitely don't believe in cooperating with management. You can't do that. You're a labor union. You're supposed to fight them to take control of where you work, because you're the one that does the work. If you check these things off, we're going to check you for it. So, but we need people who are really willing to check these things off and be accountable. And you're going to say, you know, that if you go against these things, that you will resign yourself from affiliation with the coalition. So no problem. You can go ahead and embrace business unionism and kiss the butts of the politicians and the managers and have relationships and golf outings with them. Go ahead, but you're not going to be affiliated with us anymore. That's what we're basically saying. Anyone got any questions?
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
Okay, the thing is, and it's going back into what you mentioned maybe 10 minutes ago, I cannot understand why supervisors are a part of a union meeting. That's unheard of.
The union
and I feel
membership.
just like
you mean
said,
in union membership?
In the union meetings, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a union does not include management of no sort in their, you know, this here is not something for the union management heads. This is for the union membership, and they made them a part of the membership. I can't understand that. I've been in several meetings and unions, and this has never happened. You know,
So
management generally does not have a union. They have organizations, you know, they have like, you know, something dealing with that, but not a part of a union per se, especially with craft.
Right.
I
Like
can't
they shouldn't be in the same union with the workers. If they're going to have their own union,
No.
okay, you got your own union. It makes sense.
Absolutely.
That's a contractual thing. I think
I asked that. I asked that because when I first started, I always went to every meeting, and I asked why were the supervisors involved, And they said, well, we're 308 too. And if we didn't come to these meetings, can you imagine how many grievances we would have? I said, if you didn't come to this meeting, can you imagine how many grievances you wouldn't have? We wouldn't have to deal with it. See, but it's so many. And then if you talk about a supervisor there, they got a red mark over your head. So that means the other supervisor is going to be looking for you. The controllers are going to be looking for you. And so to me, it just doesn't, I don't understand that, and it should not be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whenever I got in trouble, the supervisors in general were elated. Not all of them.
Yes.
Some were upset, but whenever I got in trouble, you know, they were like, oh yeah.
And you know why?
Yeah. But anybody else have a comment about that? Okay. So can I move on to the next item?
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Next person has a comment.
Oh, I have a comment. Well, you know, I don't know. I think it's different from the rail and the bus side when it comes to supervision. Like I guess the next step for us to be happy is only management. Supervisors that's in our union in 241, they don't be glad to be disciplined or in trouble. On the bus side, the supervisors really work, in my opinion, most of them. Some of the new ones try not to, but most supervisors on the bus side try to work with the operators so they don't get in trouble. I may not be saying that, but yeah, anyway, they just try to work with us to get service going.
Yeah. I actually, and I've had supervisors that have been really helpful to me, keeping my job and keeping out of trouble too, you know, but there is this issue of, but they can still write you up, you know, so that.
Right.
Yeah, it's controversial, right?
Right. No, well, not on the bus side, because I find this, and I always hold this high to myself. You know, most supervisors on the bus side, and I only can speak for the bus side, when you do your job, they don't have a problem. It's when you don't do your job. And so I guess that's why I say it's a little different from the bus side and the rail side with that. Because the only way a supervisor, unless he's arrogant and just woke up like he wanna just, and I had one in my whole time here, and I've been here 25 years, that was like a real asshole and didn't want to work with us. But I've never really counted a bad supervisor. A bad manager all the time, but a bad supervisor.
Yeah.
No. Andre, can you speak to that?
Anybody? Andre?
Yeah, I agree with Nicole. Supervisors, sometimes you have a couple of them want to boss you around for whatever reason. But in general, if you do your job, they don't really bother you, you know. But you know, some supervisors, they want to be famous, they want to be feared because they are supervisor. So they do behave strangely, bossly towards people sometimes. And some operators they just don't be in the mood for that garbage. Don't talk to me like that. And that's what but in general, I would say I would agree with Nicole, but for me, it's been more than one supervisor in my 30 years, and I see this on a regular basis with supervisors sometimes. Not all of them, but in general. But once you check them and get them right, let them know you ain't, you know, you talk to them, just talk to me right. And usually you can say some things to them and they get in line because they under rules too.
Yeah, they report to the manager, yeah. Okay. Can I move on or still want to keep this going?
No, you can move on, Eric. I just wanted to just kind of share.
Okay. You all right with that, Willette? Can I move on?
Sure, I am. Sure.
So right now for the candidate platform, we have Brother Andre. He is open for anything coming up. Let's see, we have another Brother Andre, he's in 308. And then we have we got myself, I'm open. But really, please don't nominate me for anything.
You'll get nominated, buddy. You might as well hush it up. Hush it up.
You know what? I did get nominated for ATU delegate and I scored pretty high, which was pretty embarrassing. We've got Brother Tom Coangelo. He's with us, and we got Brother Cole, and we have Brother Kenyatta. He's out of 74th. And Brother Miguel, he's out of Kedzie, I think. Okay, let's move on. All right, let's talk about this merger poll. People are saying, should local 308-241 be one union? And we have people that the top are just saying 44% is still, we need to leave the ATU. They don't even want to discuss what. But if you look at 40% say yes. So that shows you the sentiment. We need more entries on the website. If you go to the website, I'm going to mute everybody here. All right. And then if you want to talk, just unmute yourself. I'm going to jump to here to show you where to get this poll. So chicagotransitworker.com, take action, click on petition and surveys. And there's the merger poll right here. All right. So make sure you do that. Spread the word, share it with others. The next hour of power poll, we're closed. It's closed. We're gonna have to plan it. It's probably gonna be sometime in June. Yeah, let's look at what we're looking at. Let's close this today. What are the results? Sorry. Let me get the results. So the next hour of power, it's pretty close. It's gonna be Midway Orange Line Terminal. City Hall was second place. 103rd Street Garage was second. Jeff Park was after that. And after that, Forest Park, and after that, 54th. So Midway is it, y'all. Our next hour of power. Let's decide a date. I was thinking, or let's, you know what? I don't even know when my days off are going to be.
Right,
We're in the
and
middle
Eric,
of a
don't
pick.
forget that Labor Notes conference is in June too.
That's right. Okay. So maybe July. Maybe July or late June. Okay. So I'm going to pop that in there. Next hour of power closed. Midway Airport Terminal. All right. We got some PACE and CTA buses there, and we got a CTA train, Orange Line there. So we're going to have to be working the Orange Line, everybody. We're going to need to volunteer and start hitting the
And we
road.
got microtransit working out of that microtransit pace small buses coming out of that terminal as well, Eric.
Yeah, look at
another.
that. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. Microtransit. Isn't that great? We got that in our contract now. Thank you, Keith Hill and Eric Dixon. How about the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition not-for-profit organization process report? Brother Robert, you got anything to share with us at this time?
No, I don't, Eric.
Okay.
I'll be ready the next meeting.
It's all right, brother.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. No problem. Bowling party progress. So we're not sure. And does anyone know what's going on with that? I know Cole's not on the call, so he was organizing.
No, but I thought we had a day. Janice, did we come up with a day?
We had come up with a date, but we didn't come up with a time. And I think he's having a problem with the time because of the date. So
okay,
have to get back with you on that.
Yeah. March 27th. March 27th was written down here tentatively.
Right.
Hey, y'all, I went to a bowling alley last night, and I was surprised that where it was at. It was a Black-owned bowling alley in Titley Park, and it was nice looking. I had a ball up in there. So that's something that we can consider one bowling alley if we already picked the bowling alley. But yeah, that was really nice in Titley Park.
Titley Park is not, that's great that it's Black-owned, but that is not an essential area for everybody to meet, brother. When you think of that, let's think of everybody. Now, if you want to go hang out with me and you hang out in the suburbs, but it got to be an essential location where everybody can
guess what? All this stuff ain't centrally located as far as I'm concerned. I'll be driving my butt off.
That's why we ain't gonna have you concerned about it. We're gonna have you a team player, brother.
All right, I'm gonna call the police now, Andre.
Yeah, right. You a bunch of bums.
Yeah, can call the cops on him. Nicole, you got Willette. How about, let's see. Willette, go call the cops on Andre for us.
Hey, I'm used to that, Eric. No big thing.
All All right. Well, Kathy, call the manager then. We need the GM on his case.
I'm used to that too.
Man.
Next.
Well, I have to interfere. I would have to represent Brother Andre against any management, but if it's one of y'all, I'll let y'all slide.
Ooh, ouch. Okay. What's going on with the Chicago Transit Justice Coalition newsletter, man? I'm usually the one putting stuff together. So what I need y'all to do, just put together a couple sentences, some profound thought, something you're observing at work, even if it's a particular manager that's giving you trouble. We'll put their name in the newsletter. We'll say, manager so-and-so, look out, you're being watched, you know, you're being kind of hard on people. You need to chill. You know, we put
Maybe
these
we
kind
need to
of
put
things.
the issue out about Tina. Tina, we need to find out what's going on with Tina, with
Yep.
the manager giving her a behavior or a warning or a
Yep.
write-up
Well-
for sending those
well,
emails out.
Well, let me say this. You know, I have offered to help Sister Tina, but when I tell you Sister Tina has stepped up big, she's like, I already did it.
Yep.
I try to stay on top of it, but Sister Tina is ahead of the game. She's
Well,
very much
she
got her
need
foot
to-
in.
She need to put us in the loop so we can know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I agree, but you know, she works now, so I think she will be more involved coming up because she's got a regular schedule now and she can be on these meetings. But right now, she's probably at work or getting off work, so she probably can't make it. Or and she hasn't got over the fact that oh God, she hasn't got over the fact that that she's not a bother to us, so she don't want to like call us for everything, which we don't mind, but she kind of thinks that we mad. So let's be mindful. She is a force to be reckoned with. She's stepping up big time on her own. I mean, I reach out to her all the time to assist her, and when I reach out to the sister, she already 2 steps ahead of me, and I love it.
And this is why we at the Justice Coalition, for you watching this or listening, and you want to speak up, because we'll speak up with you. And that's what we do with Sister Tina. We look out for her. We look out for each other, especially those who want to stick their neck on the line for self and others. We got to stand up and fight for each other. We're trying to show you that we are the union, not the Justice Coalition is the union. We just an organization, but the workers are the union. All right. I had to mute you, Brother Andre. Your feedback was a little too much. It was overpowering Nicole there, but if you want to
He's
talk,
always out of order, you know.
just speak. Okay, so please, if y'all could just text or email the Justice Coalition newsletter article and put something, okay? We need content to put in that newsletter because that newsletter goes out to all the terminals and garages. Retiree Healthcare Trust lawsuit. I think this is kind of not happening. So I'm going to delete that for now unless Steve brings something else to our attention. Free open discussion. Let's do 10 minutes or so. I'm going to run the timer. Whatever y'all want to talk about, Nicole. Go ahead. Uh-oh.
Well, okay. Can you hear me?
Now you're good.
Okay, I don't want this conversation to go the whole 10 minutes, but I like everyone's perspective about the TA, the real TA that came out. Because we have the 5 pages that the union wants us to look at and vote on. Then we have the 16 pages that CTA has put out with signatures and validity to it versus what our official gave us. My thoughts is let's sue the union, bring Keith Hill up on charges for misleading, representing the members in a TA.
I agree with you 100% because this is a travesty to deceive the membership in the way that this happened with this TA.
Oh, for a point of order, I want to just let everyone know what we are talking about is now available at the chicagotransitworker.com website. Go to the scroll down and it says the contract. When you click on it, it will open up to a web-based version of the whole collective bargaining agreement. And what you got to do is type in the final page, 494, that will take you to what we're talking about now and scroll backwards from there. Go ahead. Andre, go ahead.
So,
or Andre and Nicole.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I was
so
just
yeah,
listening to Nicole
oh,
saying this is a travesty. I agree with Nicole 100%.
so what are our thoughts on what is our action? What should our action be against this? This is like treason. He committed the worst crime. He purposely misled the membership into agreeing on a pay was not fully provided to the members, provided to the members. Misleading.
Well, what needs to take place is right now, a lot of members don't know that they've been deceived, and we need to get that part out so the members can embrace what we want to do to Keith. You know, a lot of members don't know that they've been deceived. They don't know that some more pages, and these pages that's been added are some devastating pages. These are not just just fly by night pages. This was some pages that if he would have showed us these pages, we would definitely have voted it down.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
well,
it
here's
was
one
hidden from
amazing
us.
thing. Here's one amazing thing about me. And I take pride in doing this. Mr. Hill thinks that he's so smart. During the whole TA, when he was trying to pass the TA, I consistently asked him for a copy of a full TA. And one thing I noticed is on the TA that he put out, he didn't sign his name, or none of the other unit officials didn't sign their name. I noticed that he just talked about it. We all know in a contract, in order for a contract to be legal, it has to have some signatures. And I kept addressing our president with those same things. Where's the whole TA? Where's the signatures? These are the only things that were negotiated. He constantly said back and forth. The reason why it's just 5 pages, because these are the only things that are going to change. I said, well, where's your signature saying that these are the only things change? So Mr. Hill thinks he's really, really slick, but I know that he's slick. So that's why I made a post on Local 241 info page, and I posted the email I sent him because he thinks he's smarter than us, and he always said that we're uneducated, but I'm very educated. So I tricked him, and I'm saying it publicly, and I hope him and his cronies or bootlickers are listening. I tricked him purposely.
And lawyers. And the lawyers.
Right, and lawyers, I tricked him. I wrote him an email, and I asked him to send me copy of the full TA. He said he doesn't do disparities in members, and if the staff have time to email me, they would. Well, I got what I wanted. So not only he didn't sign it, but he did sign it, and he don't even realize it. He thought he was so smart by passing the members around this TA and never had a signature on. But the email has his stamp on it. It went to him. So that is his signature. So we have a good lawsuit to bring before this union for his deception.
Thank you, Kathy. You got your hand up.
10-4.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, this will be a good discussion about the TA, and maybe the newsletter, maybe a couple of us could write up our thoughts about the TA.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think what Andre said, or maybe it was Nicole, or maybe you both said, what are we going to do now? And I think that it's not so much what are we going to do now against Keith and Eric, although I'm all for that. They deserve to have their asses kicked. But whoever else gets in there next, if they don't have a movement of members behind them, they're going to do the same thing.
Yep.
This is what they always do.
Yep.
They never tell us everything that we're voting on. And that's why we can say, vote it down before we even see it, because we know they're not going to tell us everything. And so somehow we got to convince more members that, you know, this is really bad. But I have a kind of a sinking feeling that a bunch of people are just going to say, oh, well.
Unfortunately, that's our record. Go ahead, Nicole.
Yeah, Kathy, I kind of agree. I had this whole conversation with some members today on the Local 241 info page, and they were saying the same thing. They was like, well, why don't you run? I was like, I'm not running. Why should I run? I said, right. It is not the president or the officers who run the union. It is the members. I said, to the members engaged, we will be stuck in the times that we are. I said, when the members stand up and be accountable, I will step up more. I said, but right now, I don't want to be no officer or nothing. I want to be a member to engage other members. So then when we do get somebody in there that we believe it's going to work for us, then we get, I said, but hey, I'm not the solution. hey, I might know a little bit. I said, but I need somebody to work with. I need you guys to come in and work with me. I said, because just say I ran for president or any official. If you don't direct me, I'm gonna be just like him. I'm gonna be doing what I want to do, what I think is better. We have to come together and go in together and do what we think. Because you can't put all the power on me, because then if you put it on me, only my agenda. It has to be our agenda. There's no I in team, and we should be a team. And until members engage, hey, it's not gonna be nowhere. You're absolutely right, Kathy.
Right. Hey, one more thing
Yeah.
I just thought. Yeah, there is no I in team, but there's an I in international. And I bet you that they are fully aware of what 241 and 308 have been doing for decades with these TAs. And I bet you 241 and 308 aren't the only locals that do that shit, that don't give the members the full TA. But anyway, I bet you the international knows. I do think suing them wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe we could get more members involved. But we just got to keep on
But we
hammering
can get them
away.
on the charges even without the sue being in place. We got enough people that will sign the charges. We need to charge Keith Hill.
Oh, okay.
Bring them up on charges.
Let's get some little order here though with the hands. I'm sorry. Tom Coangelo, go ahead, brother.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Welcome, Tom. We're glad you wanted to join us.
Yeah, I was at the hospital on family matters. Yeah, you were saying the international, you're going to have to go around the international because all we are is a money cow to them.
Yep.
Really not
And
good
I
for
think-
anything but cashing our checks.
Yep.
And I think they should go to the media with this here. A copy of the 5-page document and the 16-page document, and show how they have oppressed and deceived us.
So
Agree with that.
yeah, I agree. So what we're getting here is two things, a couple things that merge into one. That is, we have to hold our leadership accountable. We have to hold Keith Hill, I want to say Deborah Lane, Eric Dixon, Keith Hill and Eric Dixon responsible for this. So we have to formally or ceremoniously bring charges on them as a union, as union members who are concerned. We also have to consider an actual lawsuit. I'm hearing. I'm also hearing that when we should also threaten. I've heard this not discussed at this moment, but threaten the international ATU with a dues withholding campaign. These three things, they sound very similar. I think we can use all of them and maybe other things regarding this tentative agreement. Oh, media too, reaching out to the media. Any other thoughts building on this? Anyone want to take the initiative on doing putting this together or putting some parts of it together?
Eric, I will take the lead on this.
Okay, then we have to help you. So please reach out to me and anybody else for assistance, okay?
Okay.
Hey, I got a question. Do you guys know, how did Val get those 16 pages?
They're on the CTA website.
Oh,
you can go you can go up there and see. It's so stupid that he doesn't even know. They throw him under the bus. They have no respect for him. They put it has to be public. Not once it's agreed upon, ratified on, CTA put it on their website.
Okay.
So so what they did was take the blame off of them and put it right back on Keith, who is the
oh, she dropped out.
who is the culprit. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, there you go.
Who was the culprit? He's the initiator. He the one deceived the members. CTA did not, so they're gonna take the blame all off of him, off of them, and put it all on Hill because he is the one.
Right.
He
Right.
he the one deceived the members. CTA did it. They just ran with it when it got ratified. It was Hill who deceived the members purposely.
Yes. Do you guys know, can I get the email for the lawyers off of the union website? Because I would like to send an email to those lawyers and ask them, what does it mean? What is it called? The non-vested / non-bargain for. / can mean and, or it can mean or. It is not precise.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
correct. It should have been precise. So
I think it's, I don't know if we have the email, Kathy, but I think that the law firm is Dow Block and Bennett they use. So we can
Okay.
always look it up and refer
Okay.
to them. They work for us.
Kathy, Nicole, real quick, ChicagoTransitWorker.com, know your rights. And there's
Oh.
contacts for local
Oh.
308, local 241. Then the lawyers should be in there. If not, the phone number for the union office should be in there.
Okay.
Can you try that maybe? And then Andre.
Sure.
Okay, Andre, you had something? And then Tom?
I don't have anything to say right now. I'm at work. I'm about to check, but I'm listening to y'all. So keep
Okay.
talking.
Okay, all right. Safety first. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to look up Ronald Willis, that's the lawyer for 241. And the
Okay.
other, Anita, whatever her name is.
Oh, right. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see 241 showing the lawyers. And for 308, let's see what
The lawyers, Ronald Willis from Dowd, Block, Bennett, and
Yeah, Bennett.
Savon.
Right. That's them. You know, our cricket union don't supply that because they know we'll call them and
Yeah.
hold them accountable. So they
Yeah.
they don't supply that information to us.
No, it's not there. It's hidden.
The law firms that they use are on the financial reports.
Yeah, but the one I think it's they use a lot of them for different reasons. But the main one I think is Dow Block and Bennett and Severin. Am I right? Am I correct, Tom?
Yes, Ron Willis from that law firm. That's
Okay.
the one who handles CTA.
Okay. Okay. Kathy, if you could just follow up with me,
Okay.
Tom and Nicole, if you need anything to help you get the information you need. I think Tom and Nicole at least could help you with 241, and then 308 we got the lawyer. Everyone knows who she is. She's the only one.
Yeah, we know she is.
Yeah, just get the email from there maybe.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Any other discussion? Anyone? Yeah, this was great. The TA needs to be put on the agenda for next meeting too, right?
Yeah, Kathy, did you have something? Because we talked about it a little bit earlier. I thought you had something that you want to bring up. I can't remember what it was.
It was that thing about the
Oh,
retirement.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just
Thanks.
want to make sure we talked about it.
Thank you.
Okay. All righty. I think that's it. We made it like 90 minutes, which is pretty good. Didn't want to go over that if possible. So I think that's it. We didn't figure out who that TCL is, but you're in.
And yeah, you're in. You got an ear for Eric. You did it. I'm sorry, but you didn't set the date for the next meeting.
I didn't. Can we do it next Sunday? I'm serious.
Oh, next Sunday is the 27th. In my mind, I got something on the 27th because I want to teach the class again, but
Yeah.
I have to look at, because I did sign up to teach the class and I really excited about this. I've never been this excited about teaching class, but I think I got something the 27th.
Okay.
And
I was hoping to change the rhythm that we were doing it, but by starting with next week, because then I can go to the Industrial Workers of the World monthly meeting, because that
Okay.
conflicts with this one.
Okay, well, let's
Um,
set it for next week tentatively, and I'm gonna look at my schedule. If not, we can push it out 3 weeks.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Unless somebody else want to teach the class next week,
Right.
because I just want to make sure that I'm available to teach the class and don't want to have a conflict and just come at the end of the week and tell you I can't.
So we're saying if not the 27th, it'll be the 3rd.
Right.
Okay. Well, what I'll do, let me put in the 27th,
Okay.
and then I'll carry it. And then if you can do it, then we put you right in, and then it'll be you and me together.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm just gonna double check my schedule.
And then Tom, you had something?
Yeah, are they gonna be doing the bowling thing again or no? What's the status on that? I don't know if you've discussed that.
Yeah, we did discuss that, and it's still up in the air, so nothing is set.
Okay, because I wasn't on here earlier.
Yep. Cool. All right, anybody else? All right, no, I motion this meeting be adjourned, and we send the cops to arrest all of you evildoers.
Second.
Great meeting, people.
That's how they do at the meeting. They hurry up and second it so it can be adjourned.
You're right. Okay, we're
It was a
voting.
good one.
Go home and spend some time with your family. That's their favorite line.
Everybody have a good weekend. I mean, a good week.
Okay, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.